Alright, peeps, how's it going? Today wasn't such a bad day. It's just a little weird. Now that I'm back to my 10 hours, I get to come home and take my great nephew, the Pit Bull Blue, for his walk. So usually, we bust down the street, hang a left, and then there's another street across street before we could go and, do our roundabout. But this morning, we were halfway there, and there was a semi-truck. Not too unusual. It's just that I never really saw it before, and I've been walking there every day. You got a couple of people around here, got their little vans and cars and small truck, but not such a big truck, park on the street. But halfway there, Pitt sit down and just would not move. He just keep looking like. Then he got up and, ears all wild and teeth showing, and he just... And I'm looking like, what? I'm like, are we gonna walk or what? But man, he refused to move. I'm like, we going? He's like, And he keep looking and he wouldn't move. And you know how the head is be going like, I don't know about that. We weren't close to the truck, but we could see it. And then I really stood and started to listen, and you could hear like somebody moving around inside the back of the truck. And I'm looking like, just the two of us on the road. I'm like, nah, bro, all right. He's like, he keep looking at me like, what you gonna do? I said, let's turn around. Man, made a yelp, turn around, Yui. I said, okay, we can head the other way. And, he keep looking back. He would stop and then, keep looking at the truck and swinging his head and looking like, I saw it. And, man, today's one of the weird day because my phone died. I couldn't even record anything because when I got home from work, it was not charged, and so I left it in the house, which is something you shouldn't do when you're walking out that early in the morning by yourself. Well, I'm looking like, I got my pity, we good, Anyway, it was weird that, you could hear something moving around the truck, and I'm like, nobody's moving out at that hour or moving in, so I don't know what's going on in the back of the truck. But he had a sense like we shouldn't be there at all. Man, so we came back going the opposite way. I said, okay, maybe you get to the busy street. He didn't even want to go that long either. He just bust through a street. I'm like, this street is dark. I'm like, dude, you picked the darkest street for us to come through, and But he refused to walk on the sidewalk. He dragged me down the middle of the street. I'm like, all right, you know what you're doing. We good. So we head back from the busy street, head into the house. He stayed in the middle of the road. A car was coming, so I tried to pull him off to the side. The car had to pull over to the side and let us pass because he's looking like, I'm taking her home, and we going straight down the street. We ain't going on no sidewalks because I'm looking at it. Got a bunch of ice down the street, dude. I ain't prepared to fall. So he's looking like, lady, we be going home, but we going down this street here. I said, all right, because he's a man. When he decide to pull, ain't nothing I could do but it. Just keep going. So anyway, we get to the cross street for us to get home, which is, closer to home. Then the guy would decide, all right, we safe now. I'm going to go pee on everybody's lawn. I was like, dude, you can't do your neighbors like that. They're cool. You can't go pee on all their lawns. But and saying all that is just to say that if you have your bestie with you, he's my bestie, these days, and he telling you something ain't right, don't try to force it, especially if he's not like this one who would really make up his mind. Some animals would let you lead them. He's letting like, no, you're not leading me today, lady. He's like, we are turning around. So if your animal, your fur human, your fur baby telling you something ain't right, just take it, and I was kind of also glad that they didn't have my phone, that when me really listen and not be on my phone, that something was going on inside that truck that I shouldn't be around, or it could have cost me my life, So I'm looking like, whatever it was, I wasn't supposed to be there. I wasn't supposed to witness it or see anything or hear anything. And I'm glad that my buddy said, oh, lady, get your ass back home. We go home. So I am thankful that whatever it was, and he paid attention and I came home safe. So when you're out there, pay attention, especially if you see something you don't see too often. Because like I said, people got trucks, But the big semis like that don't be parked on our street because it's a regular street, you know. It usually be a minivan or in between van. But those semis, and especially when you're hearing things inside of it, and I mean it's like 6 something in the morning, and you don't, and you know all the people around there ain't moving out right now. So whatever's going on in there, you wasn't supposed to be a part of. And I am thankful that he was there and he listened. And I'm home. I took my nap. You know, I got home, was able to take my shower, take my nap, and chill for the day, you know. So sometime this weekend I got to get out there and make sure he get a nice treat, you know, because he running low on those. But get him a different special treat, maybe a toy or something. Because just to say, brah, still love my little, you're a stinker, but I love ya. Our peoples, be safe out there, you know, just pay a little more attention to where you're going and pay attention to your fur babies. They know something ain't right. Listen, don't care how tiny or how big they are. They're looking out for you because they can see farther and hear farther than you can. So pay attention. If you see their head moving like you shouldn't be going, or you should pause and take a look as to what's going on, take that quick sec. It could save your life. I love y'all. Peace. Be good.